Remember to put it on top chat.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, put it on top chat.
I mean, live chat.
Silly me live chat, I bet.
Emma, go. Hi, everyone.
Still not on.
What?
It won't turn on.
Go ask Ryan to turn it on.
He plugged in the wrong one.
Probably. Can you ask Ryan?
We really are.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see how many people we got.
He plugged in the wrong thing.
That's never right, though, so I wouldn't go.
Oh, we are live. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike. How's it going up there in Northern Ontario?
Hey, Damon.
Do as you're
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Northwest Sawyer. How's it going?
Hi. So what is everybody up to?
Oh. Warm in Northern Ontario. Wow. Yeah, it was about
75.
Yeah, about 75 degrees here today.
We had a breeze though, so it wasn't too hot.
And I ordered this, and I'll probably share it in one of the videos. But I ordered this wireless Bluetooth thermometer hygrometer to monitor the temperature and humidity inside the kiln, and I can actually monitor it just right from my phone, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know.
It doesn't look like it's coming out very good.
Yeah, it takes a minute for it to focus. There you go. So yeah, you can watch the temperature and humidity right from your phone from Bluetooth, as long as I'm within probably about 50 feet, 40, 50 feet of the kiln.
Plug in the right thing.
Let's see. Northwest Sawyer says good. Damon asks, Northwest, aren't you supposed to be sawing logs? And he says it's raining hard. Do you have any sort of place where you can put your sawmill underneath and to be able to saw in the rain, or no? I'm actually thinking about building something like that at some point. I'll have to do another video soon on some of the progress of cleaning up the yard and showing everybody all the logs I got. So I have to put them in a couple of stacks. I got most of it stacked. I still have quite a few that are not stacked yet. There's a lot.
Tell them why you have to clean up the yard.
To make our home presentable for our guests.
And why are we having guests?
Emma's birthday party?
Yep.
Yeah, so Emma's birthday party is on the 23rd? Yeah, 23rd. Her birthday is
Monday,
yeah, the 11th.
So he has 2 weeks to get the yard cleaned up.
Yep, so I said, well, the only way I can get the yard cleaned up is I gotta buy a skid steer because it's faster.
He got it.
And that worked too. So yeah, I got a skid steer now actually, and that thing is awesome. I was using the clamp-on forks with it, and unfortunately the clamp-on forks are not great. They broke and bent, and I got the ones that are supposed to be rated for like 4,000 pounds, but they also like to shift while you're using them, which means they don't really stay straight when you're trying to work with them. And so eventually they broke so bad I can't use them anymore, so I'm probably gonna have to order a skid steer attachment, actual like forks for a skid steer. And I also just ordered a grapple, so it's kind of like I think what Ben has at Ben Sawmill, that same type of grapple that's on the front of his. I'm going through Titan attachments, which is like considerably cheaper than most of the other places. So.
Hello, Jean.
Hey, Jean.
Can I do the ball?
Not yet. Oh, okay. Something you're planning on doing, I'm sure.
I'm really good.
Wahawk says, I'm watching 2 live streams at once. Hey, what live stream are you watching? I know one of them you're watching, but Gene says I agree with that, Mike. Northwest Sawyer says let's see the skid steer. I'll actually.
Can you put a picture right into there? Into
Yeah,
the chat?
I'll pull it up. I bought it from a guy off of Facebook.
It's not working.
Let's see if I can find the ad. There it is.
It didn't work, Kyle. It should have.
Can you just copy that link down?
Oh no, this will be the easiest way to do it. What are you doing?
It's telling Mommy something.
Ah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can pull a picture off of the internet here. Well, I'll just share this window.
It's probably unplugged.
If it'll let me.
Just wait for rain then. It'll be short.
Yeah, there we go. I think that'll work. Now, bam. And see, try to blow it up a little bit. Hello. Try to blow the picture up a little more.
Another Billy.
So this is it. Oh, I'll have to make it bigger somehow. And I was able to get him down on the price considerably, which was pretty awesome. And it was already a pretty good deal. It's a 2005. And it only had 475 hours on it, and it operates and it works great. No issues whatsoever. It runs like brand new. The only issue is the tires, believe it or not, are completely worn, or just about completely worn. One of them is actually worn down almost to nothing, but the tires are foam filled, so they'll never get flat. So what I did was I ordered chains for the tires, and I'm going to put the chains on the tires to give it better traction, and the chains cost less than buying new tires, and I'll be able to use the chains in the winter to plow the driveway. And then at some point I will probably end up selling the backhoe to recover some of the cost. Let me see, I'll put this on here.
Just shut the volume off.
The chains. There we go. So it's a JCB Robot 170. And from what I've seen so far, what I've done with it, I'm actually able to move pretty much every log I have in my yard with it, which I was surprised, because I figured some of the logs would be too heavy for it, but it's actually done really, really good. And I was able to move a lot of the slab wood off of the mill down to the end of the driveway, and I posted pictures of that, put that online, and people have been coming to pick that up. Let's see. Hey, Great Plains Craftsman, how are you? I'm gonna hide this now. But yeah, it was a super good deal. Wallhawk says, ding it cheap, he's on homemade wine bottle 3, and I guess his wife let him, so he's... Oh, no.
What?
Oh, doing it cheap, gotcha,
Yeah.
yep. Hello, Tim from rainy Florida.
Oh.
How are you? I hear there's a lot of rain down that way lately. Northwest Sawyer says, nice. Yeah, that machine is amazing. It's amazing the difference between running that and the backhoe. The backhoe's great for like picking and lifting up big things really high, and I still actually even used it since I've got the skid steer for stacking logs really high up with the bucket, the backhoe bucket. I just hook a chain onto it with one of the grapple things. But I did end up getting one of those weld-on thumbs for the backhoe, so I'm actually going to be putting that on hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to try. Hopefully that'll make a big difference.
Can you add?
How do you like the single arm setup? I like it. I mean, you can see out of one side completely the whole time, where with the dual arm ones that you'd have your vision blocked on both sides by the arm. The downside of having the single arm setup or this particular skid steer is that the cab and the door go over and in between the tires. And actually, I should say one of the benefits of having the single arm is it has a door, has a side door, so you can actually open it from the side and get in from the side and not have to go in and out the front every time. So that's another nice thing, because if you have a load and stuff in the bucket in front of you, it can make it a little bit more difficult getting in and out, but having that side door definitely makes a big difference. But like I was saying, the downside is you can't buy over the tire tracks for this skid steer, which is why I got the tire chains for added traction. I looked into it, and you can't get over the tire tracks because of the way the door is set up. Wahawk says, can you add a grapple to that rig? Yeah, I ordered from Titan Attachments, because you can buy them through like Bobcat and all these other big companies, but they're extremely expensive. But I found a really good deal on a grapple, hydraulic grapple for the skid steer, and it's funny, the price wasn't that much more than the tire chains. So it was a really good deal. So I ordered that, and it's supposed to be here Monday. So I'll be able to put that on, and then I'm going to put the weld-on thumb for the backhoe on hopefully tomorrow. And between those couple things, I'm going to be in pretty good shape. The forks will be really nice to have for working with the cut lumber. So stacking the lumber and that sort of thing will make that a lot easier. So that's, I think, going to be pretty valuable to have as well, rather than doing it all by hand, which would make it take quite a bit longer. Hey Chris, how are you?
Hi, Chris.
We were just getting word of rain from the south. Speaking of rain, are you still getting it, or did you get any dry time yet? Let's see.
You're at Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, how are you? Howdy from Houston. Got a couple of minutes before I punch the clock. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Working the late shift, huh? Northwest Source says, I sold my 63 Nova convertible this morning. I should buy a skid steer. I agree. Damon says, how many kids fit in it? One, if I'm not in it. So if I'm in it, they can't fit in it. But
Yeah, I can.
I'm gonna do a video too on. I want to show everyone. I have an operator, a live-in skid steer operator that I wasn't aware of. So I taught Ryan how to run the skid steer, and he ran it for like half the day yesterday.
Apparently he crashed, so he said.
Where did he crash into?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he hit a log.
I guess I hit him.
He bumped into the log once, but he's doing great with it. We got a lot of cleanup done in the yard. I was on the ground loading up the bucket and that sort of thing. We were using the forks, and that's yesterday is when they broke. But it wasn't anything he did. It's just they were already starting to crack. But he's doing a great job with it, which is awesome. Wallhawk says, I haven't run a skid steer in like 20 years, and I've only seen grapples recently. Oh, so they haven't always been around? From Stacey Smile, you must not have had to move into the kiln yet. No, it's nice and warm in there, though.
Monksy has the yard cleaned in 2 weeks.
Nice few fans in there. I got the temperature monitor in there. It's a tiny little thing, about a little bigger than maybe like a $50, and it's about half-inch thick. It's tiny. It's just a little thing. You can just sit it in there anywhere. And so I have it sitting on the back of the stack of wood, right behind the baffle, to kind of get the lowest temperature in the kiln. And today the lowest temperature in there, in the shady dark in the kiln behind everything, behind the fans actually, was 92 degrees. So I imagine in the sun, like on the black areas and stuff, it was probably considerably hotter than that. Let's see. Chris says, I'm able to get to the front yard, grass cut today. Oh, nice. So far the rain has missed me. Oh, good. That's good. At least you're getting some time to dry out a little bit. Jerry says, probably going to be loading a boat tonight.
Wow.
Hey, have a good night, Jerry. Northwest Source says that skid steer will be a great help. It's yeah, I can already see. I mean, the yard looks didn't change a lot with me having the backhoe around, other than just, you know, loading the mill with it and doing a little bit of digging and stuff, but not much.
He's even got the hole in the driveway filled with it. Yeah,
the first day I got it, I graded the end of the driveway, which was all bumpy, and just was practicing with the machine, and I regraded the end of the driveway, and it's nice and smooth now. So it's already been a really big help, and it's going to be awesome. Let's see. Damon says, how are the controls configured in that? So the left, from what when I was watching videos on skid steer operation, it sounds like it's similar to some of the newer Bobcats, but which I'm not sure because I've never run a Bobcat skid steer. But the left control controls the movement of the skid steer. So, you know, forward for forward, back for back, left for left, right for right, and you know, you push it right and it spins you like 180. And then on the right side joystick is pull back, it lifts the whole arm up, push forward, it pushes the arm down, push to the right, it tilts the bucket down, push to the left, and it tilts the bucket up. And it's really easy to operate, super easy to operate. And that's why I was pretty confident in letting Ryan just hop in it and give it a go. And I had him out in an open area, and he was just trying it out, and he was doing such a great job. I just said, if you want to stay in it and drive it and run it, we'll get some stuff done, and I'll stay on the ground. And he was happy to do it. He ran it for a couple hours yesterday at least, and he did a really good job with it. So he was actually coming out there today while I was milling a couple of logs, asking if there was anything else we needed to do around the yard today. So
there's plenty.
That could pay for itself right there. Although he's going to probably start to asking me to pay him. Wahawk says, children are our future. Teach them well and let them do well. Well, some things, like running a skid steer sometimes. Damon says, can it build a chair?
He's gonna...
Damn it.
Talking about chairs. We'll have to get some chairs for 2 weeks.
Oh, the party.
Yeah.
Everyone can stand. It'll be a nice day out.
Our luck, it'll rain.
Most of the other parents are younger than us. They can handle standing. Hey, Grizz, how's it going? Can't stay long. Got about 10 minutes. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Anyway, that's cool.
Stop. What's up with this dog?
Yeah, she's suddenly, like, trying to climb on us.
Bell, stop.
Wallhawk says, low blow, Damon. Better question is, can it stay awake through a... Oh, jeez. I'm giving you guys plenty of ammo, aren't I?
Go.
No foot controls. Oh, actually, yeah. So I should say the auxiliary hydraulic control is actually a left pedal. And And I think, and it's actually, from what I've seen, even the Bobcats have something similar on some of their machines. Tilting it forward and tilting it backward is how you activate the auxiliary hydraulics, which I'll end up needing to use for the grapple attachment. It's locked right now, so it doesn't do anything other than be a footrest. But then when you unlock it, it'll actually control the auxiliary hydraulic. And then on the right side on the floor there's a foot throttle, but there's also a static throttle, like a bar, where you can move it. Just like on the backhoe, you can set the throttle to a certain level and just run it off of that throttle, or you can use it like a gas pedal. Grizz says, I've stood a skid steer on end before.
Oh, gosh.
On purpose? Damon says, standing room only.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
How many people we got?
I don't know. I haven't been watching. 14.
14, wow.
Let's see. Gene says, put some slabs on some stumps. You got benches.
You could make some benches.
I could do that, actually.
And that would cover a few people.
I have all those pine logs out there. I'll just use a couple of the cutoffs from the end of them.
Children will sit in anything.
Yeah, and then I can put like 3 or 4 benches down there. Or over in the wherever.
Wherever we're at, I don't even know.
Chris says you're never going to live that down. Yeah, there's a lot I'm never going to live down, I think. Damon says top 10 things you'll never live down. I have at least 10 things. Damon says thumbs. I have thumbs. Oh, thumbs up. Yeah, now's a good time to give the video a like if you like it. We appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Ed Pratt, how are you? Finally made it. Good to see you. Yeah, that's awesome. That works out great. How have you been?
Wait, are we on the... We're on the homestead, right?
No.
Oh, we're not?
Nope.
Oh.
No, I tried to put it in 2 and 1.
Oh, when it did. Oh.
Since I didn't do it last night. Grizz says, I had to pull it back onto its wheels with my 4-wheel drive, and no, I didn't do it on purpose. I've been watching some of the skid steer tricks videos, and no, I'm not going to try any of those tricks, because I don't have very good luck. I'll have enough problems just running it like for normal use. Wahawk says, the Bobcat I ran was hand controls, but the New Holland was foot pedals. This was back in 1996, so last century. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've run all sorts of stuff like forklifts and cherry pickers and backhoes and tractors, but I've never run a skid steer. And yeah, now I see why a lot of people swear by them. It's smaller, but it's actually a nice thing because you can turn on a dime, you can squeeze into smaller places, you still have all that lifting power.
My patio will get done sometime.
I can actually fit the skid steer through to the backyard, which I can't do with the backhoe. It's too big. Until I start clearing some of that, cutting some of that hill out with the backhoe and digging that out, then I'll make room. I'll be able to get back there with bigger stuff, but... see. Wahawk says, Grizz, was Mama's milk involved? Pratt's Greenhouse says, very tired. Hay season is on full throttle. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw you. I saw the video. I don't know if I commented on it, but I saw the video where you had your tractor and you were out spraying, and then I don't know if it was the same video. You were out doing something out in the garden. Oh, and you were talking about the garden too, which was pretty cool. Wahawk says they are lots of fun. Grizz says y'all better get your thumbs up or the kitty gets whacked. And Patrick. Hey Patrick, how are you? Patrick says hello, Mike and Stacey.
Hi.
Grizz says Wahawk, no it wasn't. Great work on the solar kiln, Mike, says Patrick. Oh, thanks, man. It's actually almost 100% done. A couple videos behind, so I'm going to try to get some videos out this coming week. I was actually thinking about wrapping up all of the footage that I have right now into one video and just taking the camera out there and just kind of doing a tour of what I've done so far, where I'm at with it, and showing what I'm doing with it at this point, and then just overlaying some of the other videos of me working on it as I'm talking about it. So I might try to wrap most of the rest of the kiln build up into one video just to make it like an even 10 videos, I guess. I did have to do some of it off camera too, but it was basically like sheathing the two side walls and the top back wall. But yeah, I built the shroud for the fans. I got a video of that, so I'll probably try to loop it all into a video.
You must be almost like done with it.
It's very close. I just have to put the flashing on the ridge so the rain doesn't get in. I got to put some caulking in up there so the heat can't escape as easily as it can. I still have to insulate the back wall and the doors, and I have to put the baffle in. So I'm going to put a piece of OSB, not SOB, OSB on hinges on the inside so I can lift them up when I'm loading and unloading it, and then I'm going to put some hook loops up there so I can just hook it up. And then once I get it all loaded, I can just lower the baffle back down and just let it sit and rest on the top of the pile. And then underneath that baffle is going to have to be another piece of wood that sits on top of that pile of wood that keeps the air from pushing down into the pile. And the reason for all the baffling is to cause the air to go over the top of the wood and then through the front of it, in between all the stacks of wood, and then out the back and then back up in through the fan, and it circulates the air. I also have to put on something to be able to close the vents when I don't want to vent it. Right now the humidity is going anywhere from 50 to like 80% depending on the time of day. Overnight the humidity gets high as the temperature drops. Then during the day the humidity goes down. So we'll see how well that works. By morning it's actually fogged up, which is kind of neat. Gene Chambers says, I sharpened all my lathe tools last night.
Awesome.
Oh, nice. You going to be doing some turning? Easier to haul them too. Yes. Very much. Yeah, it weighs about a third of what the backhoe weighs. With the backhoe, I can actually pick the skid steer up. And no, I'm not going to try that either. Although it might be kind of cool, but.
Dad.
Try it soon.
Oh, Wahawk says, go ahead and whack the kitty. Chinese food sounds good right now. Gotta love them four-legged chickens. Pratt's Greenhouse says, we have a cat skid steer. They are awesome to work in tight spots. We use ours to clean up the barn lot at the dairy. You can't beat them for that. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it works. It was pretty incredible. Like, just the first, half an hour, 15 minutes of being in it, I was definitely seeing myself using it probably a lot more than I'm going to use the backhoe.
When did you get it? Wednesday? Or Thursday?
Thursday, I believe. No. No, Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Well.
Yeah. Didn't do a whole lot with it during the week, but I can definitely see myself using that a lot more than the backhoe, I'm sure.
Oh, did you tell me about when we broke the Ford clips?
Yeah, what was it that you crashed into, you said?
Oh, yeah, giant wood pile. I hit
Oh, yeah.
I hit the gas a little too hard, I think. I smashed into it. The welds broke. Once I went, whoop, and then I pulled back and the whole thing fell off.
Who's the guy on his shirt?
I think it's from a TV show.
Maybe Dana.
Let's see.
Your sister.
Grizz says, Pratt,
Go.
yes, the cat skid steer is one of the best, but their controls are backwards for me. Yeah, well, that's the problem I have with the backhoe is I was so used to running a tractor backhoe. And the tractor backhoe, I guess, uses what's called John Deere controls. Or I guess that's what the term they use in the industry. And the controls in this backhoe are backwards. And so I've finally gotten used to it, but it took me a while. It's harder to unlearn something and then relearn it than it is to learn it in the first place.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Hey, Mark, how are you? Mark says, that sounds good. Would like to see it. Yeah, I definitely got to do some videos on it, especially when I get the grapple on it. Grizz 270, I loved the controls, but only because it was my first skid steer. Yeah, that's just like I was saying, running tractors with the backhoes on them, and then going to run the backhoe machine, it was quite a bit different. Damon says, Grizz, just flip it upside down, then no problems with the controls. Gene says, soon. Nice. Do you have plans on what you're going to be turning? Probably bowls. I still want to get a lathe, but right now I'm kind of putting on hold buying any new tools because I have a lot of things I need to get done with the stuff I already have. So.
Or a garage to clean out?
Garage to clean out, yeah. Yeah. Well, I ran them all, and the cat is the only one I have problems with on the controls, Chris said. Chris says, never had a chance to run a skid steer, but I want one. Yeah, I definitely underestimated how useful they are. Wahawk says, OSB can swell with the humidity, and your kiln may not be a good place for needing a door to seal, so maybe make it so you can swap it with real plywood later if it's an issue. Yeah, and that's, I mean, I'd rather use plywood, and I was going to go buy plywood, but I have a full sheet of OSB that's been in my garage for like 2 years, and so if I can make it work and it works, then it'll be great, and I'm just going to put it on hinges, so if I have any problems with it later on, I can just unscrew it from the hinges and put plywood on it. But for now, just to prevent having to spend more money, I'm going to try to use the OSB. I do have some scrap plywood, but it's 3/4 inch plywood, so it's pretty heavy. So I was going to not use that. And I don't have enough of it to make the full length baffle out of it, so I'd have to mix it in with other material. So, yeah. But I guess we'll see how that goes. Chris says, Damon, I've rolled one too. That one did involve Mama's milk. Wow.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, you can just put it up on the computer.
Yeah, I might do that anyways.
I want it.
Let's see. I'm going to pop this out to make it easier to... There we go. Pratt's Greenhouse says, Grizz 270, you have to run the John Deere. They seem nice with a much better view of your work. Yeah, that's the other thing that working with the backhoe, with the forks on the clamp-on forks on the backhoe loader bucket, you can't see anything in front of the bucket. It's hard because the bucket's so big. You can't see good enough to get the forks into something. So it's a great idea until you realize that you can't see where your forks are, which kind of makes it near impossible to pick anything up with them. But yeah, this skid steer is going to be huge. Chris says, Mike, with a new play toy, look out. I have a feeling Ryan's going to be kicking me out of it many times.
I will.
Jean says, oh no. She says, okay, where is Emma? Isn't she the star of the show? Emma's playing games on her computer.
Yeah, she's had a busy day.
No, it's my computer.
Or on Kyle's computer. Yeah, she's had a busy day. Kyle had a busy day.
They had games today.
Picked up another load of logs today. Kyle went with me. That was a full trailer load again. I'm not allowed to pick up any more logs until I stack the ones I have.
Yeah.
Um,
And get the yard cleaned up. I guess I have to.
says I put a three-wheeled forklift on two, perhaps one wheel at once. Wow. What were you going to say?
Oh, I just said when the yard gets cleaned up, then you can get more logs.
Oh, yeah. Well, the skid steer will make it a lot quicker to clean up. Well, especially once that grapple's here, I'll be able to move the logs over. But right now I have the backhoe parked backwards up where the two log piles are, and then I'm using the skid steer to bring the logs over and put them down next to the backhoe, and then I use the backhoe arm with the grapple on it to lift the logs up and put them on the pile. It's actually been working out really good. And I can use the backhoe right where it's parked to put bigger logs on the mill that I won't be able to lift with the skid steer, which I don't have many that I won't be able to lift with that. There probably are a few out there that I haven't tried to lift with it that I probably won't be able to. Northwest Sawyer says, cat controls are the correct controls. Grizz says, no, I haven't run a John Deere skid steer. Didn't even know they made one. Oh, yep. Yeah, I think they usually just say deer on them. M little things. If I'm saying that right. I know I've said it many times before. I was about to shut off being across the pond. It's late, but saw this and just wanted to wish you all a great weekend and life in general. Hope y'all come by hope I'll come by at a better time next time. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks. Bye.
Walk says, Grizz, they paint the deer skid steer's cat yellow so they are stealthy. Yeah, they do. Stacey needs a lathe, Jean says.
The heck am I gonna do with that?
It's
I know what one is. You had one.
I never ran it. But it basically puts a piece of wood in there, it spins, and you just hold the chisel up against it.
Yeah.
And it trims the wood off.
Okay.
But
sounds like an accident waiting to be happening.
It can, if you don't like tie up your hair or you don't want to wear a hoodie with strings, and because if it catches you, it's gonna pull you right around it. So it's not dangerous if you're doing what you're supposed to, or not doing what you're not supposed to.
Yeah, and that's how my hand got messed up.
What did you do?
Trying to be a kid, and I remember I fell.
Oh, is that why that hurt? Oh, I thought you said you didn't know what was wrong with it.
No, I do know what's wrong.
Yeah, that could be something you could not live down.
Yeah, never knew.
Grizz says, I learned to operate a backhoe on John Deere controls, but now I prefer case controls. And yes, the twin stick of the cat is backwards from John Deere. Grizz says, Pratt's Greenhouse says, they look nice, but they are very proud of them. Hey, see you later, Grizz. Thanks for coming by.
Bye, Grizz.
Pratt's Greenhouse says, Northwest Sawyer, I gotta agree. I've never run a cat anything, actually. Bobcat, I had a Bobcat tractor with a backhoe on it. I've run John Deere tractors. Mahindra.
Where did you run one of those?
They demoed one for me
Oh.
before I bought the Bobcat. But, and then JCB. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't know if the controls for Cat different from, I guess, JCB and Bobcat, or Wahawk says, not sure why, but I could see Stacey making pens on a small lathe. Oh yeah, you could get a mini lathe. Yeah, they're just little, and then they just spin and you can put small blocks.
And then what are we going to do with all these pens?
You can make pens, you can make handles for things, you could look up stuff to make.
And do this all in my free time?
Yeah, you just gotta make free time. She does her gardening.
It's sucking the shirt.
I've got half the strawberries planted, and did you do the rhubarb yet?
No.
So we gotta plant the rhubarb. It's actually growing inside of the bag that it came in. So we know it's gonna grow. We've actually got rhubarb.
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 We have stuff in our garden that's growing, though. I mean, it's not like we will be empty-handed.
Yeah. Gene says, or if the bolt explodes on a lathe. Yeah.
It sounds dangerous.
Well, yeah. If you try to spin a bowl, I've never done it, but just from watching videos, from what I've seen, if you try to turn a bowl and you turn it too thin, I think is what happens. It just blows up on you, comes apart.
So you need safety goggles and a whole...
Oh, yeah. Well, you wear a whole face shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or you're supposed to. Not everyone.
So if you get hit, you'd be alright.
Yeah. Northwest Solar says, at Pratt's greenhouse, only rental equipment is deer control around here. Huh. Yeah, because you can like switch it up by switching the hydraulic hoses around and stuff too. Which is what the guy, when I bought this backhoe, suggested. Oh, did you want that?
No.
Oh. Here. I like that no with a smile. No. Yes. See, Mark says also could be dangerous if you use too much mama's milk. Rope swings can be dangerous with too much mama's milk too.
What?
Goodness.
But I'm not allowed to tell the story. So.
Go ahead if you want.
Well, I don't want to get in trouble for telling it. You'll have to tell it if you want. Wahawk says, I prefer the hand controls over foot pedals personally. I can see that. It was definitely different, like moving the machine with the hand control rather than a steering wheel and a normal like gas pedal, because it feels more like you're driving a vehicle with a steering wheel and a throttle pedal and normal steering. But it definitely got used to it very quickly because it's simply just a joystick. So
video games.
Yeah, that's probably why Ryan's so good at running it.
What?
Because he plays video games.
I play video games.
Damon says, have you seen the ones where the lathes are in a cage and the operator wears a catcher's mask? No, I didn't see that. I need to look that up. That sounds interesting.
I almost got a mask I could use.
Pratt's Greenhouse says the cat controls are joystick. One hand controls the machine and the other controls the bucket.
I'll show you.
Oh.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what this is. The left side controls the machine, the right side controls the bucket. And then there's the throttle, and then the auxiliary hydraulic is a foot pedal. Which having like a button or something on the joystick I think would be a little bit easier. If there was a way for them to do that. I think the foot pedal is going to be kind of weird, but I guess we'll find out. Northwest Solar says deer and cat are the two control configurations. Gotcha, okay. Most new equipment allows you to switch between the two. All manufacturers use the two configurations.
That's interesting.
Okay. Gene says wear a face shield and no long sleeves. Yeah, because your sleeve
You
catches.
haven't had the heat on or something. I'm always cold.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to have anything, clothing or anything dangling near a spinning machine.
Is it kind of, well, it's not like one of those pottery wheel things, is it?
No, it's not sitting that way. It's spins this way.
Oh,
So
that's
you got
interesting.
one end with a motor that grabs the piece of wood, and the other end, you don't always use the other end depending on what you're doing, but the other end kind of holds the other end of the wood, and it spins over here just freely, and then the motor turns the piece and it just spins around and you hold it up. So you'll see. I should show you a video of
Okay.
one, how they work. Worst case, if it's something you don't end up using, I could.
Read the comments. You missed some.
Gaston, hey Gaston, how are you?
They almost,
If she ever turned a pen, she would be hooked for life.
Oh.
You should try it. I get some really nice spalted beech and spalted maple like blanks I saved out in my stack of wood outside that I think would be good. Actually, I got some I brought inside. I kept them in baggies.
So you can go sell these pens when you're done?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Sell them right on Etsy or at like shows, stuff like that. Wallhawk says Stacey still needs tequila, by the way.
That's how accidents happen.
Tequila and a rope swing.
Except that's what it was hard cider or something.
Damon says some machines have a switch to change them. That would be cool. Great Plains Craftsman. He says that bowl shatter has happened to me. I was turning a translucent bowl. Oh. And got it just a bit too thin.
Oh no.
Fine line to get it see-through. That's what I heard is, yeah, people try to make the bowls so thin because they look really cool when they're thin.
Right.
Or like people will make, from what I hear, like lampshades too, because they'll spin it so thin and then it'll, because as soon as you go through, the whole thing turns onto the chisel and just tears apart. So.
These comments are.
Wallhawk says running the bucket with foot pedals isn't as easy as the hand controls. Seems fine adjustments are easier and less jerky. Yeah, I would imagine so. Tim Adams says, I've seen a few pens here, look nice. Kit comes with the hardware. Yeah, so you can get like a piece of wood and then you get the pen kit and it goes in.
Oh.
Get the whole. Yeah, Tim says shirt caught in the lathe. Bad news. Yeah. That's something that I would never want to see again. I've watched videos. You would not want to. No, that's pretty ugly.
Read it.
Tom, read it. I love it. Stacey, how can you be cold when you're Mike's hot trophy wife?
Yep.
Oh no, she's my daughter.
Right?
no, I am.
My other daughter.
Your daughter who's almost 7.
Mark says, think of a baseball bat being made. That's how they make them. You make a baseball bat, it spins on a lathe, and you just, and that's how you shape it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you can make bats for the boys
There's
and girls.
Yeah, softball. I guess softball bats are made differently.
They're just thinner, I think. Yeah, they're not as fat as a baseball bat.
Which is.
Let's see. Great. Gene says, Great Plains. I had one do the same. Yeah, definitely a face mask for sure. Ed, Pratt's Greenhouse. My uncle got caught up in a tractor PTO. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. He survived, but when he got away from it, he was naked. It caught some loose clothing. Wow, that's scary and embarrassing at the same time. Wow. Ugh. Yeah, the PTO on a tractor is the same thing. It spins fast and it's powerful.
I kind of got that point when he.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I've seen some videos on like YouTube and stuff where people have gotten caught in like big industrial lathes and things like that. That's pretty nasty.
It sounds like.
Great Plains Craftsman Tim says, Gene, it is sketchy for sure. Yeah. Walk says, I thought tequila was how kids happen.
No more kids here.
No. Stacey could make a bat to him thing with lathe might be a bat. Oh, yeah. To hit him. Yeah.
Hit who?
Hit
Dad.
things, not him. Oops. Yeah, I know what you were thinking. Hit him, not things. Woodturner's catalog. Oh. We'll have to
Look at it.
save that.
Oh, look at those pens.
Those are all just like turned with wood. Yeah, that's cool. I'll have to
Sounds
check that out.
interesting.
Oh, and they sell lathes. Look at that. Yay, new tools.
Maybe winter stuff.
Since I'm buying it for Stacey, it'll
Winter stuff.
birthday present.
For me?
Yeah. A lathe.
Okay. Father's Day gift.
And I'll get you an excavator for Christmas. And I'll get you a Wood Miser LT35 hydraulic sawmill for our anniversary.
That's coming up, you didn't realize.
Yeah. Mark says, I had an uncle who lost his arm in a PTO accident. Oh, gosh, man. That's a heck of a way to,
Go.
yeah, lose an appendage. That's, oh. That's hurts even just thinking about it. Oh, man. Gene says, that's where I get my kits. Oh, cool. That's good to know. Yeah, I just saved the link. I have it open in another tab. Definitely want to check that out. Tom Wahawk says, Stacey could make new tool handles for your old tools.
Great.
Gene says, Psst, Father's Day, Mike.
I know.
Father's Day
Day.
excavator. Father's Day Harley Davidson.
I know you want a motorcycle.
Pratt's Greenhouse. I got a glove caught once, but thank God I got away. Oh, man.
All these bad stories.
Wow. Well, now I'm never going to be allowed to have a lathe or a tractor.
Why do you need a tractor?
I don't. I could always borrow Bob's. Although he's the only thing that his will
I
have
was to
is
say.
The rear 3-point hitch and PTO. But I could do a lot of the same stuff with the Bobcat, just don't have the PTO for spinning, whatever. But,
Dad bought. Oh, wait a minute.
Gene says that the 70 mic from Wood Miser. Oh, yeah. What is that, like $50,000? We'll sell the house. And I'll buy a Wood Miser.
Where are we going to live?
I could build one with the wood. A house.
But where are we going to live meanwhile?
We'll sell the house. We'll live on the land next door.
In a tent?
In a tent.
With all the black bears?
It's warm out.
Black bears? They
Yeah.
go through that lot?
We get dogs. They'll scare them away. Black bears are scared.
Okay, the dog wanted to play with the bear the last time.
Wallhawk says, Dad bought Mom a manure spreader for her birthday. Well, that was nice of him. Northwest Sawyer says, nothing says I love you like an LT35.
I'm not even sure what that is.
It's a Wood Miser sawmill.
Oh.
You seen the one that Rick Wright has?
Yeah, that's
It's the
his
same.
business.
That's the same one.
That's his business.
But this will be my...
We'll see.
Damon says, Mike, don't be cheap. Get her the LT70. Walk says, Stacey, tractor equals bigger garden.
That's true.
Yeah, because I can get like a big tiller attachment for it, and
Right.
rakes, and what do we call them, disc barrows or something.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the gardens. How does okra taste? I'm asking them because you don't know.
Yeah, I've never had okra. I guess, what does it compare to for a vegetable? Do you even know?
I think it's from the south. I'm not sure.
Well, I assume you can grow it anywhere.
Yeah, no, you can grow it here.
Yeah, she sometimes will buy vegetables and fruits and things that we've never tried, and we'll try them out. What was it? Fiddleheads was the last thing?
Yeah, that was pretty good actually.
We
Okay.
liked it. We didn't win any awards with the kids, though.
This is an old-fashioned variety of flavor.
Oh, I thought you meant you actually bought okra like
No, I'm
at
gonna
the
plant
store.
it.
Oh, gotcha. Okra. Wow, those look really strange. Are they big or small?
For 50 cents, if they taste like garbage, it's not a big deal.
Let's see. Great Plains Craftsman says, I have a tractor. Trade for the skid steer. Yeah, apparently you can do a lot with the skid steer with all the different attachments that are available. So I'll have to be like, the kids' toys at like McDonald's. Collect them all.
No.
Might take me a while.
You know the men are gonna stay at this birthday party.
I was on the field trip, Kyle's field trip yesterday, and I was talking to one of the mothers, and she was like, oh, just want to let you know we'll be at Emma's party. I was like, oh, all right, and I was telling her about how I had to clean the yard up and what I do out in my yard, and she's like, wow, that sounds awesome. She's like, my husband loves to do like woodworking and stuff. I was like, is he gonna come? And she's like, well, he might now. She's like, if he knows you got a sawmill and machines and wood, all that stuff, she's like, you might see him now. Put that in the invitation. That might get the fathers to come.
We must be more positive, Stacey, and try to do better.
That's right.
Sick Emma on them.
Sick Emma on him, yeah.
She's brutal.
Emma will get those black bears. Hey, no sticking your tongue out. Hey, Emma. Emma, can you get me one of my sodas? Thank you. Let's see. Jean says, my dad bought my mom a Der rifle once. And have never went hunting. And she had never went hunting. I bet. LT70 is $70,000.
Oh.
There we go. They will definitely sell the house for that. We'll have to get, in order to, yeah, there you go. Then we could build another one with the wood and we'll still have the sawmill. Just saying.
Jane says, good if you fry it.
Okra's good if you fry it. Oh, cool. Chris says, I love okra. Wahawk says, I lived 2 years in North Carolina and I've never touched the stuff. Oh, so I guess it is more popular in the South.
Mike.
Tim Adams, hey, what about Woodland Mills? It's a hard thing to even, like, I can't really justify realistically getting another sawmill because the one I have is getting it done and it works really well. As long as you don't run it into something metal like an idiot. I just did that today. And I was getting close to the log clamp. And I saw I was getting close and it looked like I was going to clear it. and I didn't. And yeah, so that was the last log I cut today, and I'll be changing the blade tomorrow. But I need to just cut, like, I need to spend a day cutting stickers because I go through them so fast.
Are your blades still alright? Or do I need to bring them down to the place?
No, I think I still got like 10 sharp blades. But I'm sure once I start getting to cut through these logs. Most of the logs are pine, so the blades last quite a long time, the softer woods.
I was just wondering because it took like 2 weeks the last time.
Until I hit like a nail or something, because a lot of these trees came from people's yards. So, you know how people are with hitting nails in the trees and hanging signs on them and all that.
Hey, I did it to the mailbox and I didn't do it to our trees. When you wanted the sign down there.
Huh?
When we wanted the sign down there for the UPS guy.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just not talking about you. I'm saying, like, people in general. The trees that came from their yards. You know, people hang, like, clotheslines on them and the hardware's inside the tree because the tree grows around it.
Right.
So, I'll end up probably running into something, I'm sure. Damon says, did you cook them in butter, the fiddleheads? You did it the same way you usually do Brussels sprouts.
No, I didn't. I didn't even put them in the oven. Yeah, you cook them in butter and garlic or something.
Is that what you did?
I think so. Apparently you can get fiddleheads off the side of the road.
Great Plains Craftsman says, I need both. There you go. Exactly. It's kind of like the joke a friend of mine will say sometimes. He'll say something about, like, you know, I bought a gun and then my wife asked when I was going to sell the other one. And then he laughed.
Paul?
Something like that, yeah.
He's coming.
To the party?
Yeah.
Oh. I should definitely record that then. That would be interesting.
It will be.
Let's just stick a GoPro to his head and just wait.
He's a reality show.
Wahawk says, Jean, Mom never touched the manure spreader. Dad bought it near her birthday, so told Mom happy birthday. Chris says, breaded and fried, stir fry, strewed on butter beans, microwave in butter, tomatoes, and okra stewed.
Oh.
I'll have to look up some recipes. That sounds good. Damon says, skid steer is like a jackknife on steroids. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Pratt. Take care. Have a good night. It was definitely fun. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you made it. Wahawk says, we should be proud of Mike. No old man bladder trips yet. Haven't been drinking enough.
Really?
Why not?
You're such...
I was out moving logs outside today, so I'm pretty dehydrated. Really?
Nothing.
That's...
Is it him?
No.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Anyways, where are you?
Just turn the audio on my phone for the video.
LOL. Think
See.
Big Mike.
Oh yeah. Think Big Mike. Automation and more wood with the LT70. More profit. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that out.
Uh-oh. Emma.
Damon says, Emma! Hawk says, Emma bomb. Stacey, I have 4 table saws, so don't be all know about tools for him. I had 4 table saws at one point, but I only ever used 2 of them.
Right.
So I sold the other 2. Well, actually, I gave one of them away and sold the other one.
Who did you give one? Oh, Mike. Mike?
No, some construction guy who does, like a handyman type guy.
Oh.
He needed a table saw, and I got it for free, so I just passed it on.
Hold on, just a second. Anyways.
Emma.
I'm gonna go deal with it.
Uh-oh, Emma's getting in trouble.
Here. It's his computer. Stop. You need to go down there. Don't kick me.
Ruh-roh. Jean says, wish I had a table saw. Oh, yeah.
Stop it.
I know, if I still had those other ones, I could give you one of them.
I'll have Brandon help you with that.
Yeah.
With what?
The TV.
Oh. Ah. Well, it looks like the natives are getting restless. We'll probably wrap it up here in a minute.
No.
I mean, no.
No.
Then go on somewhere else. Somebody said I'll put the chickens in too.
What?
Not me.
What?
Emma wanted to say hi.
Huh?
But she might get kicked out.
No.
Tell them what's happening on Monday, Emma.
Oh, my birthday.
Your actual, right, birthday. Yeah. No party or anything, but
Yeah.
we could do a little something here with like a cake and...
Yeah.
She's bringing cupcakes to school.
Yeah, then we can have cake at home too.
Are you making all those cupcakes for school?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I just buy them already made.
No. It's, at Market Basket, they're like really expensive if you do that.
Oh. Then I wouldn't buy cupcakes.
Great.
Well, she already told the teacher she's bringing cupcakes, so. Emma, can we switch spots so I can be next to Dad?
Yeah.
See, Chris says, I have my grandfather's table saw. Oh, that's cool. I had picked up an old... My father didn't have a table saw. And I'm sure my grandfather did at one point.
My dad? I don't think he did either.
No, he didn't have a table saw. That's weird. Although I guess he probably didn't really have a reason he didn't really do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, but you would have thought he would have had a table saw because he did that audition.
Well, maybe he had one at that point and then got rid of it later.
Maybe.
Because he...
Can't imagine he'd get rid of anything.
Well, the time I knew him, he never really did a lot of
No.
project type stuff. Damon says, Emma, be happy. She's happy now that I gave her my phone. And now I'm going to have 20 new games on it when I get it back.
Oh, yeah. Duh. No. No, more like 100.
Let's see.
I'm playing
Jean says,
Star Wars.
someone stole my new saw, Chris, when I was in Florida. Yeah.
That sucks.
Chris says, hi, Emma. Wallhawk says, I had 2, Dad had 2, now I have 4. 1 is going to a buddy. 2 need fixed, though only 1 isn't currently usable. Damon says, hi, Emma. What? You'll be 60?
No, 7. I wish.
You're going to be 67?
No, it needs to be 7.
Or are you going to be 7? Oh.
And young.
I'm young.
I'm young, she says.
I'm young. Sorry.
Northwest Sawyer says, happy birthday, Emma.
It's almost my birthday. but
Wallhawk
not.
says, Emma's here, it's a party. And Chris says, hopefully you'll have a happy birthday.
I think it's gonna be like a birthday 2 weeks. Probably. Right?
What?
Probably she's gonna want to celebrate her birthday for like 2 weeks.
Oh, right. No, I won't fall asleep.
Stop hitting my leg. I don't care about you.
Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Jennifer says, hey, Mike and Stacey. Hi, Emma. How's everyone doing? Sorry, so late to the chat. Better late than never.
Very true. Hi.
Bella Stevens, how are you? Jennifer says, happy birthday, Emma.
Happy birthday.
You're supposed to say thank you, not happy birthday back.
Thank you.
It's not like saying hi, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday to you too.
Why do you move that computer?
That's fine. It's just my work computer. Yeah. It's like when I was on the field trip at Kyle's field trip yesterday. We went to the ocean, and I posted some pictures on Facebook and
Go
Instagram.
that way, because you're hurting my
But
brain.
we went on a field trip yesterday to the Seacoast Science Center
Here.
at something park. I don't know that.
Can you just put it over on that table?
Yeah.
There's stuff all over the table.
Odium Point State Park.
Odium Point State Park. Yep. Why is the light moving?
There's probably a dog over there.
Yeah.
There's no dog over here.
No, when you push that, it
Yeah.
pushed something else. I don't know.
Oh.
Nothing
was-
fell or broke, so I guess we're good.
Odium State Point, is that what it was called?
Yeah, Odium Point State Park.
And then what was the inside place called?
The Seacoast Science Center. And then we went along the coast and walked on the rocks, and we picked up like shells and crabs and haha. we,
And stuff that you didn't know of.
yeah, these kids were smart. They're all like, oh, and this is a limpet, and this is a something.
A periwinkle?
Periwinkle.
Did you wait? So snails have teeth, Kyle?
I don't know.
Um,
Crabs. Oh, and then all the kids were getting like pinched by the crabs.
Oh yeah.
bye, Jean.
Hey, see you later, Gene. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Bella says happy birthday to Emma and Jennifer. And Damon says 70. Wow, you're old, Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, you're not old. Ah.
Let's see. Chris says, are you sure, Mike?
Oh, you mean like the rocky shore?
We were at the shore, so I'm sure we were sure at the shore.
That?
Great Plains Craftsman. It's Emma's birthday. Hi to the Stevens.
Falling asleep. It's only 6:30.
6:37. Yeah. I guess I'll have to come over to the West Coast so it can be earlier.
Yeah, it's 9:38 here.
9:38. No, 9:39.
Um,
At 9:39.
If Wahawk says if Emma's 70, then Stacey's aging amazingly well, and Mike.
What?
Good night, Bella.
What does it say Mike at?
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Bella. Have a good night.
How many are we at?
Well, oh, I don't know. Chris says, "Are you sure you want to fall asleep?" Not yet.
Oh, I lost
I thought you were looking.
Wahawk says, "Did you sell seashells at the seashore?"
It's the rocky shore, but I don't think we saw seashells.
No, did you sell? He says, "Did you sell seashells
It's
by the seashore?" It's a tongue twister.
yeah.
You have to say it fast.
What?
Say, "She sells seashells by the seashore."
See the seashells by the seashore.
No, she sells.
She sells the seashells. by the
If he could read it, he'd be
seashore.
better.
Yes, she sells
She sells.
seashells
That just
by the
Okay.
seashore.
that just sounds weird.
Trying to get Kyle to say it.
Somebody else is leaving.
Oh, hey, good night, Gaston.
Good night.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Wow, we have 13
We
or
got-
12.
12 remaining.
Thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. Thumbs up on your way out. So, let's see. Tomorrow I'm going to try to finish the kiln, put that baffle in, and yeah, hopefully the OSB will hold up. I'm hoping that since it's, I mean, their humidity's going to be high in there, but the humidity's coming out of the other wood, so hopefully the humidity won't sit in there long enough to be too much of a problem. It might, and if it does, I'll have to do something else, get some plywood. But by then, I'll have hopefully sold enough wood to justify spending more money. But this venture
is it gonna be warm tomorrow?
Yeah, it's gonna be like 75 again. Tomorrow's gonna be like the same as today.
Oh.
It's gonna be 75 and sunny out, and I don't plan on going anywhere. So I'm hoping to spend a good portion of the day milling and picking up logs and stacking logs. A lot of the logs that I picked up, and I'm actually curious for anyone who's got a sawmill here. I've been picking up sections of logs also, not just like full length, like 12, 16 foot logs, but some people, when the trees fell, they actually cut them up into like 4-foot sections. So to make it easier for people to pick up the wood, not thinking that they're going to come pick them up to run them on a sawmill. And so there, of course, would have been better in full length, but I picked up a bunch of like 4-foot sections, 4, 5, 6-foot sections of logs. A lot of them were pretty wide, 2 feet or better. I have some that were only about 10 inches or so in diameter, but I pick it all up. I mean, there's obviously a lot that I don't pick up that would be completely useless to try to mill, but I'm curious what your kind of minimum is for length and diameter as far as like logs go. I mean, I don't pay for any of the logs. I get them all for free. Of course, my time to go get them, but I'm just curious what like the smallest diameter and length you would mill on your mill. Wallhawk says, youth is wasted on the youth. Give him a rotary phone.
That would be kind of funny, actually.
My father had the rotary phone's still in his house.
Oh.
Yeah, my father has a rotary phone in the basement.
The kids would never know how to use it.
It'd be funny to hook it up and take away the other phone.
It'd be funny to just take a video and just be like, Daddy.
Watching a child try to use a rotary phone.
What is a rotary phone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like there was this video of somebody having like one of those cassette tapes, and the kid didn't know how to put it into the tape player.
Oh, yeah. Chris says 90 here today. Wow.
Ugh.
See, I would love that at least for the kiln would be great to be able to get the higher temperatures. I was talking with Fall Line Ridge in the comments one time. I think it was on Facebook. I don't remember where I saw the comment, but I was asking him about what his temperature gets up to in his kiln, and I think he said he was reaching temperatures 130 to 140 degrees.
Wow.
But he's in Georgia, so I probably won't get temperatures like that, I'm thinking. But I don't think his is insulated. I'm not sure if he ever painted it black or not, so I don't know if that will help. Maybe that'll help me bring the temperature closer, but I would love to be able to get it up above 130 degrees if I can.
Apparently, black bounces off.
Hey, good night, Great Plains Craftsman. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night. Wallhawk says, paint and seal the OSB on all sides. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I actually have to paint one of the sides black anyway, so might as well just paint both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I have some like extra paint here too. I get anchor seal. I could probably paint one side of it with anchor seal and the other side black, and that would prevent the moisture from getting in. That's a great idea. Thank you. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, then it shouldn't be a problem. Damon says, phones? We didn't have phones when we were kids.
Not these cordless things.
It took convincing to convince them there was no internet when we were kids.
I know.
And
Dad, Pac-Man.
there was no...
We had Pac-Man.
We had Pac-Man. We had no cordless phones.
No.
They were all had cords.
We didn't even get a computer until I was in like like a real computer till I was like a senior in high school.
I never got it. We never had computers in our house at all.
We had a
ever.
we had a Commodore 64.
The closest thing to a computer I had was the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, we had one of those. We
We
didn't have Atari or any of that though.
My whole life, we never, like growing up, as long as I was living with my parents, we always had tube TVs.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had, like, no, they didn't have, projection TVs were the only thing that they had up until, it was like 20 years ago.
I know my
Then
dad
they went
always
to
wanted
the-
one of those big projection TVs, but he never got one.
Oh, then they went to the LCD
All right.
TVs. And yeah. And that was like 20 years ago, right? Yeah, it was about 20
Yeah,
years
well,
ago.
because
Maybe
whenever I worked at Sears, you got the projection TV.
let's see. Wallhawk says I saw a video of that on Facebook. It was hilarious.
About the tape.
Damon, we used to just dial the last 4 digits. So, wow. Yeah, we never had that, but I grew up down in the city. Maybe that was the phones different up in New Hampshire. Maybe I don't know.
I didn't think you could just do.
Let's see. Chris says I don't think FLR's kiln is insulated or painted. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm loving this thermometer though. I might actually get some for the house, for like inside and outside. It's awesome. You just pull it up on your phone. You can name all the thermometers right in the app. So you can set alerts up too. So if the temperature gets above or below a certain spot, or the humidity gets above or below, it'll beep on your phone and it'll say, "Hey," you know. It's kind of neat.
Knowing your thermometers and moisture and.
Well, for that you kind of have to.
Well, you do the moisture for the house too.
No, that's important too, especially after you've had a whole house that was eaten by mold.
True.
Oh, I'm being told I have to look at the. Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Wallhawk says I think OSB edges are the least protected, so seal the hell out of the edges. Yeah, I was thinking that myself too. You guys gonna help me paint, right?
Paint what?
Make sure you wear your baseball uniform.
Mike, that has to get returned unless you want to own it.
Yeah, I'll own it.
Let's see.
Chris says we had
3 TV channels. Sometimes we didn't even have a TV.
Yeah, we had about 3 channels too.
History's repeating itself. We have TV, but we don't. I don't remember the last time we turned our TVs on.
It got turned on tonight, but not for.
Not to watch TV though.
And it didn't work for whatever reason she wanted it to.
The Xbox. It had.
Yeah, we didn't even have cable or satellite until.
Oh, getting hard started on homesteading. How are you?
Did you have cable living in the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, we never had cable or satellite until I was older.
They didn't even have it in your area?
No,
Or
they
just-
had it. The TV repair. There was like this repair shop that did TV repair, and my dad was buddies with the guy. And finally, the guy he did satellite thing, whatever installation too. And finally, he got the guy to.
Do satellite.
Yeah. Got
Right.
My dad to do
But
satellite.
I thought but you didn't actually have cable in your area?
No.
Like,
Like the cable, seriously, in that area has maybe like been 15 years old.
wow. Yeah, no, it's just I guess that's
Actually, when we moved there, is when the cable came out there.
I remember as far back as I don't know, probably 6, 7, 8 years old having cable.
Yeah, well, we definitely did not have that. That was probably Ryan's age when we got satellite.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we lived in an area that had millions of people. So. Wahawk says, I learned to program in DOS and used 5 1/4 floppies.
Well, those floppy disks.
I did at one point, too.
Well, you had to save everything on the floppy disk.
Or is it DOS? I'm too old to remember now. Yep, it's DOS, Disk Operating System. That was the very first computer class I took, I think. It was DOS, Disk Operating System. Was it? There was Windows 3.1 and Windows 3.1.1, and then Windows 95.
That's what we had.
And then on and on. Damon says if you lived in the same town, all you had to do was dial the last 4 digits to call someone in the same town. Huh.
Oh, so you know why I didn't get to know? I didn't know that because we had a Lebanon phone number, but all our friends were in Enfield or Canaan, so they had a different exchange. That's why it probably never worked for us.
Oh. Yeah, I don't
It probably didn't work in the city though.
know. Well, we would have several different extensions in the same city too.
So my grandfather always had a phone outside that you could plug in outside. So when he was at the beach, he wouldn't miss a phone call. So he was able to call from the outside phone into the house and make it ring. So if he wanted something at the house, he would make it ring.
So he had 2 phone lines just so he could call
No,
into
no, no.
the-
It was just one phone line. Somehow he could call it into the house.
Oh.
Okay, he's cheap. He wouldn't have had 2 phone lines.
That's funny. Wahawk says, teach the kids karate. Paint the fence. Sand the floor. Paint the house.
Paint the house.
Clean the car.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on. Wax off.
What did they say?
Wahawk says, Stacey, you don't look Lebanese. Getting started in homesteading is says my video is going slow. Is it going slow for everyone else? Does it look okay? Sound okay?
Could be our internet, you know.
I'm using the internet, so.
Chris says we still don't have cable in my area. Oh wow.
Wow.
Wahawk says no cable. I totally never saw Beavis and Butthead or Ren and Stimpy.
He didn't miss much.
Right. Tim Adams have 3 channels and one says vid 2. Damon says no cable as a kid. That was unnecessary expense, as my dad said. I have to agree. At least for us, anyway. Getting started on Homestead says, I love DOS. And then we have. Sorry.
Wahawk, we lived on a farm, no cable.
As an option.
Oh.
Chris says you dial your number on one phone and it rings the other phone on the same line. Really?
That's how we did it then.
That's weird. I didn't know that would work. Probably only worked in certain.
I don't know if it still works.
That's interesting. Wahawk says audio, video, all good here, and Northwest Sawyer says here too.
Yeah.
So let's see. Mark says all good here. You both look.
You all look what?
Double digits.
Double digits.
10.
10. Oh, 10. Watching.
Man.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh
So what do you all have planned for the rest of your weekend? Tomorrow, I'm gonna, like I said, I was gonna try to mill a lot of the. So I was asking about the small logs. That's what I was getting at. I'm gonna mill all the small logs as much as I can tomorrow, and I'm just gonna make a bunch of stickers. And I figure I'll use the small logs to do that because the stickers are all. What I use is usually like 42 to 48 inches. I knew you were laughing at something. I'm like, what are you?
What did Chris say about the kids?
Chris says, my kids do it here on the house phones all the time. Oh. Well, we only have technically one phone plugged in.
Yeah.
Because they're cordless. But I don't think it would make the other cordless now because it's one base.
Yeah.
Damon, Mike, wake up. Oh. Why am I so tired? I just loaded an unloaded trailer full of logs. It wasn't like... Oh, getting started on Homestead. It says, back on my part, not y'all. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, hopefully it's working okay for you now. Yeah, so I'm going to try to mill up as many of those small logs tomorrow and make just a big stack of stickers. Because I milled a couple logs before I came in tonight, and then I went to stack the wood, and I realized I don't have any stickers left. They're all either in wood piles or in the kiln.
So I'll tell you, my plan tomorrow is the garden, weeding it, and planting the okra.
What about the rhubarb?
And the rhubarb. And whatever else we have that needs
25 strawberries left.
And then somewhere in the day, I think I'm going to do it at nighttime. I'm going to make her cupcakes for school. So that means I'll have to go to the store and get whatever she wants. Will you frost them at least so they'll look nice? You can do the little...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
You're excited?
Dad does...
Because you're going to be 70? Old lady.
No, not gonna be 70. You're not gonna be 70. Aw. Well, that's 40.
Dad's 40.
Wahawk says, making stickers are good to teach the kids to use the mill on. I like that idea.
No.
What do you mean no?
Kyle needs a haircut.
No!
We could cut his hair on the mill. He's like, ooh. Damon says, I'm going to see about my med card dot tomorrow. DOT?
Dad.
Hold on.
The phone's probably dead.
Go plug it in. You can plug it in our room and then use it.
It's probably why. Did it shut off? Did it shut off?
I should.
Oh. Let's see.
I really want the TV to work.
Planting corn? Oh, wait, where are we?
Chris says, my phones are wireless on the same base.
Oh.
Should try that. It's probably something I shouldn't know.
Yeah, no.
Wahawk says, planting corn?
Corn isn't... I don't know. We haven't had good luck with corn.
Well, we only tried it once.
We did?
Yeah.
Maybe I can get...
And we did get some. It's just they were tiny.
Yeah. I wonder how many days it takes to harvest.
I think it's like 2.5 months or something like that.
Well, if it's under that...
Did you plug it in?
Yeah.
Alright. Damon says, Wahawk, is corn for food or gas? Chris says, may spread dirt if the rain holds off. Nice. I gotta move some dirt around too. Won't be able to do that tomorrow. But Wahawk says, yes, Damon. And Chris says, you drink corn. I've never drank corn.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Corn. oil?
Corn. I think you can make. No, I'm thinking of rice. Wallhawk says also good for a parts cleaner. Huh.
Corn oil?
Getting started in homestead. It says I have all my stuff planted now. It's time to get the fruit. Nice.
Stop.
Yeah, we're still getting our nights down into the like 50s.
I mean, it could be, yeah. I mean, we got our,
So.
stop.
I have nothing to do.
Well, let's see. It's 10, so you could sleep.
No,
Well, you could behave.
I want something to do.
You're tired.
No, no.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, just stay right there for a minute.
Something to do.
So Wallhawk says I'm from Iowa, so corn is in my blood. Oh, okay. Corn is easy. I love doing corn.
Well, maybe we should try it again. We have plenty of room.
Yeah, that went over Mike's head.
What day?
Corn whiskey. Okay. Yep.
What, whiskey? Real man?
Whiskey like a real
Or
man.
parts. Okay, gotcha. Yep.
I'll go out.
Do you have a particular process of making stickers? I do now. At first, I was making them, and unfortunately, I was making them like different sizes, which is a pain now because the stickers I have are like 2 different sizes. So I have to make sure I find the ones that match. But now, the last batch of stickers that I made, which I made a pretty good amount of them, I
What kind do you want?
run the mill. I cut boards off
Strawberry time.
that are a little over an inch thick, and it's 5 cranks on the mill head, the winch that lifts up,
Come with
that
me to
lifts
Market
and
Basket.
drops the mill
Pick 'em
head.
up.
So 5 turns on the mill is a little over an inch. It's like 1.25 inches. And so I just do 5
I was trying
turns,
to
cut
see
a
if you
board,
can fix
5
that
turns,
for you.
cut a board. I get all the boards, then I flip them up, and then I do the same thing the other way. And so I have the same dimension going both ways. It's a little over an inch by a little over an inch. So no matter which way I have the sticker sitting, they're also going to be the same size. So it just makes it easier. So now that's been my process, and the last time I cut them, it worked out pretty good. I did learn that I probably shouldn't use like knotty pine to do that because the stickers fall apart right at the knots. But I don't know. I probably lost like 10 out of probably a couple hundred that fell apart like that. So it wasn't too bad.
Nothing to do.
Getting started in homesteading says, where are y'all? We are in New Hampshire. Damon says, go back to sleep, Mike. Oh, just go turn my phone on. It's plugged in, right?
Yeah.
So just go turn it on.
It's dead.
If it's plugged in, it's
It's
not.
plugged in. And mine's been plugged in now too, so it might work.
You can lay down right where I do, and you can use my phone. Or lay down right here and use it, if you're going to use that.
That one's dead, I think. You might have to go put it on the charger.
Wallhawk says, Out of the Woods just buys his, but he's sawmilling for a living, so time is money on his mill. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Where does he buy his? I couldn't imagine you buy him like a big box store or anything. Maybe from another bigger mill. But yeah, it doesn't take me too long to make them, and I have a bunch of short logs, so I'll take advantage of those short logs and make stickers out of all of them until I have like 2 pallets full of stickers. That's my plan tomorrow, is just make a whole bunch of stickers, and then I don't have to worry about stopping and making more. And hopefully by the time I use all of those stickers, I'll have freed up some of the other ones with the dry wood being dry, and I can start selling some of the wood. But soon I need to build. I have like a half a dozen telephone poles that I have to go pick up just right down the street.
Yeah.
On the same road. It's like less than a mile from here. And
You should go do that.
maybe I'll do that tomorrow too. Yeah. And I'm gonna use those to build a pole barn. And the nice thing about those is I don't have to set anything in concrete. I can just dig a hole, pack it down, bury it, and then build.
Are they heavy?
Oh yeah, they're gonna be heavy. They're telephone poles.
Where are you gonna put them? With the logs for now?
Yeah, I'll just slide them up over there.
I just don't know a lot of.
Oh, I get you. No, we can. Well,
I don't know. They're not gonna take up.
they'll
too
be
much
here
room.
before her birthday anyway,
Yeah.
regardless. So. Getting started on homesteading says, I'm in Kentucky and corn grows great. Ah.
And maybe we just need to try it again. Maybe it's just. I know there's different kinds of corn, so maybe it was just the kind we had.
And yeah, I don't know how if it has to be really hot to grow really good corn, but.
Is maybe Kentucky a little hotter than we are?
It was a rainy summer, I remember too.
Yeah, it didn't get very hot either, so.
Who knows if this summer is gonna be hot either.
Damon says, Emma, turn that frown upside down.
Look at the look he just.
They're watching. You're being...
Go down that way.
No tongue.
I have on the hair.
Wallhawk says, I'm in Iowa. We can more than feed the world with all the corn we grow, I bet. Wallhawk says, at Lowe's, he buys cheap bundles of 1x2s. Oh. Yeah, I always wonder, like, why do I keep running out of stickers? Like, I guess at some point you won't. Like, you can just keep reusing them. Unless you break some, then you'll have to make them again, but... I'm curious what...
Stop.
What are you doing?
Having a tantrum over nothing.
Oh, so, like, furring strips, I see, is probably what he's getting. Common 1x2 by 8 foot furring strips are $1.33 each. But I guess it must be something different that he's buying. 'Cause I wouldn't think you'd want to go in and spend a couple $100s on a couple hundred stickers. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
There was a bundle right there. Go up a little bit.
Where?
Maybe it was down a little bit. I just saw the bundle on there. I don't know.
Huh. I'll have to look another time.
Anyways.
I'm just curious because I bet you can get some like synthetic ones too.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't like mark the board or stain the boards and that sort of thing. Chris says I need stickers also. Getting started on homesteading. God bless and good night. Good night. Getting started.
And wrestled the night off.
If you need pajamas, start on Emma's bed.
What are you doing?
He's being weird.
You were tired earlier, and now you're like fired up. Wallhawk says it's not heat; it's lots of sun and the right balance of water.
Oh, it probably got too much water then.
And not enough sun, because we live in a super shady spot, and that year we got way too much rain.
Well, where
so
the corn was, it was a sunny spot, but we got too much rain.
But it wasn't sunny for very long of the day. I gotta take more trees down. It's really what's gonna...
Yeah.
No!
I still have a lot of trees I need to cut down, but I don't want to be cutting down more trees until I get the logs that I have already cut, because I don't really want the logs just sitting there. If I can help it, they'd be better off standing for right now.
Damon's leaving.
He is? No, he's not.
It
He was
says-
saying goodnight to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I know Nathan buys some in the bundles.
He mentions in his videos. Oh, Chris. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Construction grade stakes.
Oh.
That might be what it is. Yeah, because you can buy, I think, a pack of 20 like at the farm store, but I think it's still like $20.
Well, that's a local place too. It's not like Lowe's or Home Depot.
And the grade stakes that they sell here locally are oak grade stakes, but of course they're dry, and they're not always the straightest things either. But
maybe it's the person.
Yes. Go.
Hey, Deagle, how's it going? Yeah, I thought about after I saw them for sale at the farm store in town. I'm thinking, I wonder, I should probably like make bundles of those.
Sell them to
Yeah,
them.
because cutting, 1x1s for grade stakes is so easy.
What does the farm store use them for?
Well, no, the farm store sells them.
Oh, no, but what are they selling them for? Just like
Well,
the
look
same
at
purpose?
Look at our garden. We use them.
Oh,
We have them
that's
around
true.
there for little fences. Plus, people use them in construction, like you're saying, when you're grading like a piece of land, or like they were using them for. They used a whole bunch of them when they put the septic system, the leach field in, because they had to make sure the grade was flat and straight,
Right.
and then they had to put out line.
You could probably sell them then yourself on the side.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I could cut and sell probably. But I'm gonna put that grade stakes. They're probably cheaper at like Lowe's.
That's a 6-pack right there.
Here we go. 25 pack of 36-inch landscape stakes. $13.97. Okay, that's a lot better. It's like more like 50 cents a piece. Although those ones look like they might be pine. Untreated wood, easy to paint and write on. Oh, yeah, doesn't say. Pack of 25. Huh. Oh yeah, and you can use them for landscapes or durable. Building a new home and planting a tree. 36 inches long and a pack of 25.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Damon says they use them on roads.
Copyright.
Yeah, that's a good point. While Hawk was saying, it really pays to look up if what you plant needs a lot of sun or if it can take the shade.
Right.
That's a good point. Chris says, I thought about PVC for stickers. Huh.
That might work.
That's a cool idea. I wonder I guess they couldn't be, they'd have to be solid so they wouldn't crush, I would imagine.
What did Damon just say?
Is Stacey telling me to leave? She's cold.
I'm telling you to leave. You can stay. What was that?
What's happened?
You just push the button on the
The battery. You might have to get up and go fix that. Because that's annoying.
I pressed it.
He unplugged something that he shouldn't have done.
Did you you unplugged it from the wall.
Oh!
Mark says, yep, we had a really hot summer, and as long as you have water, you'll have sweet corn.
Oh, that's good.
Wahawk says, ask for cull lumber at your local lumber sources. May need to run through the table saw
out
a
of my
bit, but
purse.
might get it darn near free. Oh, PVC trim board. Yep, that makes sense. Gotcha.
Emma, if
That's-
that is open, you're going to be in trouble.
I might have to check that out.
Put it back in.
Wahawk says, since I rip you plenty, I'll give you some fuel. I recently colored my beard as a gas station clerk guessed my age in my 50s, and I'm 40 like you. Oh.
She's out of my purse. She's stealing the stuff out of my purse.
I pushed it back in.
What are you doing in your mom's purse?
I put it back in.
Put what
I bet
back
you
in?
have some in your mouth though.
What is it?
Gum?
I put the gum back in.
You know, I can smell it.
Let me see. You don't need gum right now.
She's obsessed with gum.
Oh, gum. I don't even know where the bucket is.
Yeah, I would imagine if my beard was a lot more gray,
Let me play
I'd probably get the same thing.
You don't get carded going anywhere?
And luckily, no, I don't. But luckily, I still have my hair, and I only just got a little bit of patches of gray on the side.
Where's my computer?
But
Your dad wasn't gray.
no, my father never had gray hair.
Was your grandfather?
His father had gray hair, but not until he was like in his 70s.
That was like my grandfather.
Gave out cookies had
Well, your father,
white
He had gray hair.
not much.
The
And
person,
he was 70.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, the person that was giving out cookies had whitish hair. He might have had gray hair once.
Who?
The person that was giving out cookies at Odium.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was a grandfather.
You said, well.
He was probably a summer job for him anyways.
Who? My grandfather was on a field trip because he was chaperoning for his granddaughter.
Oh.
He lives in Chelmsford.
Massachusetts?
Yeah. Oh, you know the guy I picked up the small logs from right around the corner?
Yeah.
Well, there was like 3 of them, but one of the guys I picked up logs from, while I was at his house, he's like, oh, I gotta leave, so I gotta go pick up my daughter from school. And I was like, oh, what grade is she in? He said 3rd. I was like, oh, my son's in 3rd too. Does she have Mr. Smith? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, all right. And so he says her name, and I was like, okay.
McKenna?
But then when McKenna, yeah. So when we were on the field trip, the grandfather, he was like, oh, my granddaughter's McKenna. And I was like, wait. I was like, did your son or daughter or whatever, did their parents have a tree fall in their house? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, and they have it all cut up in front of their, he's like, yeah. And so I told him, I was like, it's funny, I was at that house picking up logs.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I was at softball this afternoon, Mike, and this guy, he was obviously a grandfather to one of the players, and he was just making some small talk, and he's like, I'm in Webster, and my son took me all the back roads to where, and he was trying to see if I knew of a faster way to get back to Webster. I'm like, oh, my mom lives in Webster on Lake Winnipocket. And he's like, no way. He's like, I live on Lake Road. He was the first house on Lake Road. So he knew where like my uncle lived and my mother lived.
Oh.
It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's funny, small towns. You can buy them at Lowe's. Okay. PVC lumber is not cheap. True, Warhawk, but will last forever.
We don't live really
And
near
no
Lowe's.
staining. Yeah.
Well, I guess I could get it for you on my way to work.
Huh?
Lowe's. We don't really live near a Lowe's.
Oh, no, we don't live near anything. Yeah, we have to drive like 35, 40 minutes to get to a Lowe's. Although you order online, a lot of times they deliver for free. And a lot of stuff you can get at Lowe's, you can order on Amazon.
Oh, jeez. Surprised you didn't look at that
Amazon is much cheaper
Quicker.
and quicker. But cheaper is the...
What's that?
I said
Kyle says Amazon's cheaper.
Not always, but
most of the time.
if you consider the cost of gas and your time, then it's cheaper just pretty much every time. But I was looking
You
at
could
that.
order a trampoline.
Oh, really?
You forgot that, didn't you?
You
Yes,
promised
dear.
her a trampoline.
Well, we'll have to 3.5 by. Oh. Yeah, like that.
And there's a UPS package coming. I think it's UPS. It's Emma's. It's a present for her birthday.
You said there was going to be a big surprise for me, but...
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
We
so
don't
it's
know what your homies are saying.
$14 for
I would say
basically a 1x4 8-foot of PVC trim board. So you could get what, like 4 stickers out of
Yeah,
that. They're
cool.
like 3/4 by 3/4, 8 feet long. And then you would cut those in half, so you'd get like 8 of them for. But like you say, they would last forever.
Kyle, your computer's dying. Plug it in then. Plug it.
Let's
Hi,
see.
Butch.
Hey, Butch, how are you? Good to see you.
Can't see him.
Well, good to see your name. Like how you always pick out these. Fine, you start greeting people.
I did. I said hi.
I won't make a good Walmart greeter then. Well, no, I would see them though.
I could see you would be comical at that job.
I get fired. Wallhawk says, if you have gum in your pocket, my youngest will feel the disturbance in the force. Oh yeah, and ask for a piece. Yep.
That's Emma.
And Chris says no staining. I wouldn't think so, because although I still get marks on the boards even when I don't have staining, but it's just for like where it, I guess, probably discolored from the sun and that sort of thing. Pixie sticks before bed. Wind them up. No,
We can sleep it in the morning.
I can't. I never sleep in.
Mr. Smith. What did he say about Mr. Smith? Damon, up at the top.
Well, hold on. Oh, okay. So Wog says the staining comes from the contact made by the sticker. Not sure any material would prevent it. Chris says, I thought the staining came from the different wood and moisture. That's what I thought. I thought it was like different because they say to use dry stickers of the same wood species.
What are you doing to my seeds?
I don't know. I'm a fidget. I folded it.
Fidget spinners. Fidget spinners, right?
Let's see. Damon says, Mr. Smith, he's everywhere. Canada, the FBI, CIA. I think he knows John Doe.
This guy has like, how many kids?
7.
He's got one on the way apparently.
Oh, that's great.
They're all homeschooled.
Are they? Oh, God.
Well, Troy once came to school with us.
Let's see. Wahawk says mostly moisture and the PVC won't stop that. No airflow where the sticker to. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I think it's Kyle.
That makes sense. Chris says, and her birthday is Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Damon
got a couple
said-
weeks on the trampoline though.
Damon says Mike's Shopping Network.
Hey, well,
Hey, Hidden Harvest, Grow Lights. How's it going?
Dad, at
Howdy,
least-
neighbors. 03301.
What's that?
Zip code for Concord.
Yeah, it is.
Dad.
Oh wait, that's the guy who has the place on by the prison.
Oh, yeah.
Dad.
Well-
Well, at least where you work, there's books.
Yeah.
There is.
It's the average.
see. Butch says live and kicking.
Yeah.
It's a good way to start the day. Wallhawk says get forks for the skid steer. You can palletize your lumber and firewood. That's what I was figuring. Yep. That's what I want to do.
We should start stacking the firewood after, like, in maybe on some cooler days in July.
Why?
So we don't have to do it in the fall.
Why don't we do it in cooler days in June? Because it'll be cooler in June than in July.
Sure.
Well, I just don't see us getting it done in June, but alright.
Maybe during the week, like, you know, an hour here, an hour there.
Well, it only takes us an hour to do one of those things. No. It did, or half of it.
That's if it's already split.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not all split.
Hell, split it
Might
up.
have to put a load of it in the kiln for a month, so we have some dry wood.
Kyle might, hell, split it.
Have you guys peeked at my channel? I thought I did.
The grow lights.
How did I not? Ugh. That's weird. I swear I thought I... Well, I'm definitely subscribed now.
What does he sell again?
He does, plants and stuff.
I can see that. Alright.
Bradford's Fine Home Painting. Oh. Yeah, those look like good videos. You know you're going to want to watch all this. Right?
You
Right.
know. Alright, what does everybody else say?
What is it?
We'll save it.
Wow.
Kyle.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Definitely going to check your videos out.
Try Kyle 2009. I read
that. Where was I?
They need the password.
I think it's Kyle 2009.
None?
The only person that I know that got injured on the trampoline was at Kristen's house.
What happened?
It's because they didn't have the net thing.
Oh, so you want one with the net so you can't fall off?
So the way I understand it, the net thing is like on the bouncy part of the trampoline. She landed on one of the springs.
Oh. And what
This
happened?
was Erica. She did something to her foot.
Yeah, I always worry about those things. I definitely won't be using no trampoline. Oh, thanks. Love you guys too.
We love you too, Mike.
Love you too.
Oh,
What happened?
Brad says my daughter knocked her front teeth out on a trampoline at 16. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, apparently somebody in Hollywood, they're on a trampoline and knocked out these two teeth, their top front two teeth.
What happened?
Somebody in Hollywood.
Yeah, it
On a
was
trampoline?
Yeah, I think it was a 60-year-old. I'm not 100%.
A 60-year-old?
No, 6.
6-year-old. Oh.
Well, they'll
He
come back.
banged into the metal part with his
Yeah,
teeth.
I think those nets around the metal part, so I don't know. You'd have to see.
Okay, now I don't know about a trampoline. Chris says my kids keep asking for a trampoline. Oh. Hidden Harvest Grow Light says Granite State Naturals on North State Street.
I knew it was close to my work. It's over by the prison.
There we go. Cool. We might have to come and check that out.
I think it's down by oh, that's an actual. It's an actual. Go back up.
Well, yeah, it's a store.
Oh, I know where that is. It's
Wait.
by
Yeah.
Bootwells.
Yeah, we've seen that. We're looking at the website. Ah, yeah. I've definitely driven by that plenty of times. We'll have to stop in and check it out. Chris says, I keep telling them maybe someday. Yeah. Damon says, don't tell your insurance if you get one, I would imagine.
Did you spell it?
That was a close one.
Stop.
That's... Wallhawk says, I could be wrong on sticker staining, but then why is staining a perfect outline of the sticker? If it were from anything else, the stain would show bleeding at the edges. I would, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to research that and figure that out. I've actually never had any, like, I mean, I have two large stacks of wood out there that I haven't unstacked since I stacked it a year ago, but I haven't noticed any that I've unstacked in the past that has any. Well, actually, the garage, I had a stack of pine out there that dried out in the garage for a while, and some wood in the basement, and it had the different color, like you were saying, but I didn't have any sort of like permanent staining or anything. So I'll have to research what I may have never experienced it. Let's see. Chris, watch the free section on Craigslist for trampolines.
We have a trampoline at my school, and it's perfectly safe.
Chris says, Wahawk, I'm no expert on drying wood. And Wahawk says, Chris, neither am I, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn once. Damon says, it's cool if you dig a hole and put them at ground level. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then if they... Well, then if they bounce up and then they miss the trampoline, they're just landing on the ground, just not as far.
Right.
Kyle, that makes you go slower.
No, it doesn't, Emma.
That's an interesting idea, actually. That's kind of cool. Then you can walk right onto it.
Right.
Just dig a round hole. That's a cool idea.
If you do that, that's much quicker.
No, it isn't, Emma.
Mark says, 2 kids were playing with each other, and one came down on the other kid, broke his leg. Oh. You really want a trampoline?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Chris says, Damon, I've seen them in a hole before, but here the hole will become a swimming hole. Yeah, that's true. It could be like a water feature. Hidden Harvest Girl Light says, my friends own it. Building with deer on the other side. We carried Dr. Bronner's.
Oh.
What? You know what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's like, it's sunscreen and stuff.
Oh, it's like a...
It's a line of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Soaps, gels, and body wash. Huh. Damon says yes, below sea level there. Yeah. Hey, it could double as a an in-ground pool.
Well, maybe we need to come up with another plan to entertain children at this party.
I'm not falling asleep.
You really had to say that. Wow, we've been on for 2 hours.
Oh wow.
No such thing as short streams for us, I guess. I know. I think about what.
How many still are on?
I think 45 minutes ago or so. I said I was gonna shut it down in a couple minutes.
How many are still on?
I don't know. 7.
Oh.
But yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Well, everybody, we all have something to say.
Goodbye, maybe.
What do you say?
Damon, I like that idea. Damon says we'll give the kids skid steer rides in the bucket.
I was asking for that once.
It'd even be easier. I'll just use the new grapple. I can
You
just
have
walk,
mostly girls coming at this
pick
point.
them right up and just drive around.
Like, you have mostly girls coming at this point.
Girls around here like big machines and stuff. We could do like I did with Steven and let him run the backhoe. They can try to see if they can try to pick up the chickens with the backhoe.
Oh, no.
Hey, Tim. Good chatting with y'all. Good chatting with you, too. Mark says, from Google, between 2002 and 2011, over 1 million people went to emergency departments. 300,000 were for broken bones. No, I'm guessing that was from trampoline.
Probably.
Interesting. Walk says put a stuffed horse in the bucket. Be like a horse ride. Chris says I need to get on Amazon and order some parts for the Zero Turn. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have to stay away from Amazon for a little while.
What?
So I don't spend too much money. But yeah, it's 2.25 hours now we've been into it, and I'm gonna get some sleep because I'm gonna get up early and get stuff done before everyone else wakes up. Get out in the yard and get some logs milled and stacked.
Waking up before you at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm gonna set an alarm.
Yeah, you might want to go sleep.
Yeah, you're gonna
now.
have to set like a time bomb alarm. That still won't wake you up.
Actually, that's true.
If you get up
Nobody
early enough,
in this family wakes up to alarms.
if you get up early enough, I'll take you fishing.
Ooh. Did
All
you
right.
get a fishing license?
Yeah, I did.
Right before my birthday?
Wahawk says doing a motor swap on my mower. It's been a parts rabbit hole. Oh. Yeah, I've had mine for 10. No. This year will be 14 years.
Our mower?
Yeah, because I bought it the year Ryan was born. I bought it before he was born.
Yeah. But that's when I worked. You got it when I was working at Sears, right?
I don't remember. I think so. So, Mike's having Amazon withdrawals. Yeah. All right. Well, good night, Emma.
No, I'm falling asleep.
She said now she's falling asleep. So, yep.
No, I said I'm not falling
Oh, she's not
asleep.
falling asleep. Yeah, you can't tell her what she's doing. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by. As always, we appreciate it and love chatting with you. We always look forward to it.
New Hampshire Bike Week.
When's that?
Started today.
Oh, no kidding. So I have to get a bike now.
2 weeks.
What do you mean?
It goes on for 2 weeks.
It does? Bike week is 2 weeks? So it's
I
bike
believe
weeks.
I believe it's 2 weeks.
I thought it was just 1 week. Well, I
Damon
just have to
tells.
get a bike real quick. Yeah. Shut her down. You'll fall asleep. Good choice. Yes, sir.
Game Slayer came in?
No, he was just saying goodbye.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to you soon. I'm going to try to get out a good video on the rest of the kiln, and then so I can start putting out a whole bunch of sawmill videos. So I think that'll be fun.
What do you say about the trampoline?
What? Oh. Y'all have a great evening. Sorry, Stacey, about the negative stuff on trampolines. I don't like them. Yeah, I don't really like them either.
I don't know. We never had a problem with ours, but
Yeah. Well, we could look it up.
Well, here is a little bit more dangerous because there's no grass either.
I'll just show her some YouTube videos and people getting hurt, and that probably will turn her around.
We had grass at our house, so, and it was never, yeah.
Cool. All right. So we are going to take off.
Thumbs up if you haven't already.
Thumbs up. Have a good night, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.
Subscribe.
Thanks for watching again.
You didn't wave.
You can stop saying subscribe. Bye.
Mike is an old man. I am.